Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, March 18th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Okay, now that we got all that Irish out of our systems, at least until September 12th, we can now focus on the pastels of the Easter season. Whatever. All right. I hope you did have a safe St. Paddy's Day. I probably saw some of you yesterday at Galway Bay. It was a good time. But here we are, March 18th, back to the grind, so let's get into it. The cat is out of the bag. Well, I guess it may be the cats are out of the bag, plural. County Councilwoman Jessica Hare has announced that she will be exploring a run for county executive in 2022. She will join Chris John, who has already registered to run, and former delegate Herb McMillan, who has been posturing to run as well. We spoke with Herb, and he will let us know for sure by the end of the month, so you want to make sure you stay tuned on that. And if the Republican primary was not full enough with those three, we do hear that there is another female considering a run as well. So far, no Democratic challenges have emerged, rumored or real, to go against County Executive Pittman. Keep in mind, this is for the 2022 county election. We still have a 2021 City of Annapolis election to deal with. The entire council and mayor seats are all up for grabs or maybe for retention. So stay tuned for 2 years of politrickery ahead. Hey, I think I just made up that word. Last night, the Anne Arundel County Public School Board of Education voted unanimously to rename the George Fox Middle School in Pasadena. Fox was the system's first superintendent and served from 1916 until 1946. The school was named for him when it first opened in 1949. Now, this stems from a lawsuit brought against the school district from a black principal, Walter Mills, about unfair pay between whites and blacks. During the trial in 1937, Fox reportedly said, quote, "The worst white teacher is better than the best black teacher," unquote. The committee put together to make the recommendation said that to have a building named after someone that supported Jim Crow and segregationist policies no longer aligns with the core values of Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Now, there is a process to rename the schools, and that will begin shortly. And in the end, the Board of Education does have the final say on the new name. Yesterday, before he headed to the Guinness Open Gate Brewery for some Irish fun, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan submitted a $1 billion supplemental budget to the legislature. This represents 2% of his original budget. The major items the governor proposed: $258 million to rental assistance, $250 million to higher education, $233 million to transportation, and almost $27 million for community college funding. And finally, it starts on Sunday. I am talking about Annapolis Restaurant Week. 40 restaurants, all putting out their best for you to dine in, dine outside, or dine at home with curbside delivery, carry-out, or delivery for some. Notably, Carroll's Creek has reopened from their hibernation, and I cannot wait to get there and get my paws on some of their French onion soup. It is by far the best in town. But you want to make sure you check out AnnapolisRestaurantWeek.com for all the details and participating restaurants. And be sure to check out the podcast we did with Eric Evans, who's the executive director of the Downtown Annapolis Partnership, for some great info as well. A bit of that info was that he was going to be giving me some gift cards to give away, and I picked up a whole stack of them yesterday, so you want to keep your ears open. But we're going to start it right now. And this one will require speed and math, so the early bird will get the worm. This is for a gift card to Always Ice Cream. It's a two-parter now. I want you to be the first person to DM or email me the original name of the company and the amount of the gift card. Now, here's your clue. You can spend $10 in each of their present and coming soon locations. First one to respond will get it. Again, looking for the original name of the company and the value of the gift card. Good luck. All right, that's it for the news today. As always, thank you for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave us a rating or a review, please do. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues know how to follow us. It really does help. A quick thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company, and to the Annapolis Boat Shows and the Bay Bridge Boat Show. Just spoke with Paul from the Boat Show and Heather from Queen Anne's Tourism, so you want to make sure you look for a bonus pod to drop on Friday. It is Thursday, so of course we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes, and of course George Young from DC MDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather report. All of that in just about 60 seconds.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DC MDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DC MDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DC MDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, March 18th. Yesterday was another chilly gray day for the Annapolis region, but it stayed dry for the most part after some early AM fog and drizzle. Though the dry streak will definitely come to a halt today with moderate to heavy rain at times throughout the day with temps in the 50s and winds becoming breezy in the PM hours as over 1 inch of rain could fall today for many with upwards of 2 inches or more total by the time the rain ends Friday, which should be by around noon or so, but temps will be a bit colder in the mid 40s to maybe low 50s for highs Friday with winds really becoming gusty in the PM hours as the storm progresses to our east with some gusts over 40 miles per hour likely before skies clear for another sunny, dry stretch ahead, with temps around 50 degrees Saturday, ahead of mid to upper 50s and sunshine Sunday before sunshine and 60s for most of the area Monday through at least Wednesday of next week as we move into the final portion of March 2021. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
The all-new combined in-water Bay Bridge Boat Show is coming to Stevensville, Maryland on April 15th through the 18th at the Bay Bridge Marina, right in the shadow of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and just steps off of Route 50. See hundreds of power and sailboats on display. Shop from the top brands of nautical gear and equipment and take advantage of the many educational opportunities. The Bay Bridge Boat Show, Power and Sail, 2 shows in one. Purchase your tickets today at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. Again, that's AnnapolisBoatShows.com, and we'll see you at the show.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. On Saturday, the College Park Aviation Museum has another one of their Engineering 101 workshops. This time it's called Need for Speed, Build and Test Your Own Racing Plane Model. Kittens and Cups, Annapolis' own cat cafe, is having another paint night on Saturday. This one with Paint Your Pet Portrait, Knits and Pieces, behind the Wawa on Bestgate Road, has a couple of knitting classes. The one going on right now continues on Wednesday with Learn to Knit Socks, limited to 4 individuals to ensure proper social distancing. Tomorrow, the Creative and Performing Arts of South County near the All-American Steakhouse in Edgewater has another one of their Friday paint nights. Classes are limited to 8 people, and they have a kids session for ages 6 through 10, followed by an 11-plus session. Wine and Design in Annapolis is still offering pre-sketch canvases for you to paint on, with various themes each week. This week, they have Bay Bridge Traffic, Date Night, Pigs in Love, Blue Bombshell, and Galaxy Hogwarts canvas designs. They also have socially distanced in-studio classes with Elephant to Cirque, as well as nesting. Wine is available for purchase in the studio, true to their name, but classes are for ages 14 and up. You have to be 21 to drink, of course. The Kid Museum up in Bethesda might be a little bit of a trek, but they have some great online programs as well. Their Maker Playground series for March is focused on celebrating women's history with The Art of STEM, Robot Explorers, and Games for Good, all for grades 3 and up. They also have Animal Allies for all ages and Sports X STEM for middle school students, all involving women in STEM. At the Ray of Light studio this week, Saturday they're doing a cherry blossom watercolor workshop, and on Tuesday they're doing a glass ceiling event, online paint night. At Art Farm in Annapolis, registration is open for their spring 2021 semester, going on now with new classes starting regularly through May. There are classes for kids as young as 8, going all the way up to adult classes. Continuing this week, today there's an introduction to batik, Saturday there's beat making with machine for ages 12 through 16, and on Monday there's using Procreate to create digital murals for ages 12 through 18. And as always, check out Art Farm's online virtual gallery, where all the art is for sale, at artfarmannapolis.com/gallery. And also check out Art Farm's online market at artfarmmarket.com, with plenty of great curated gifts. At the Clay Bakers in Annapolis, this afternoon there's a glass fusing open house for ages 12 and up. On Monday there's a hand building clay open house for ages 8 and up, one session in the late afternoon and one later in the evening. And then on Wednesday there's a children's glass fusing workshop doing night lights. The afternoon session is still open as of the time I wrote this, but the evening session was sold out. Be sure to check on Clay Bakers workshops early since they tend to sell out fairly quickly. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum and Park in Ellicott City, on Saturday, there's Cooking in the Cabin. Explore early American cooking and foodways with their Foodways 1790 culinary historians. They'll demonstrate cooking techniques used by Benjamin Banneker and his Patapsco Valley neighbors. Also on Saturday, check out an equinox walk in the woods. Mark the turning of the season in Banneker's Woods, looking for the first blossoms, and learn about foods foraged in early spring. Then on Saturday, check out Seeds for Pollinators. Discover the most cost-effective way to start a pollinator patch to help bees and butterflies. Find out the best way to grow natives from seed, which plants work well, how to collect seeds, as well as plan a mini greenhouse of seeds to take home, and a guide for how to care for them. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, all week, check out a Take and Make Shamrock Suncatcher at the Rivera Beach Library. Art Week continues at the Glen Burnie Library with at-home craft projects inspired by real artists. Tonight, there's Prepare and Share virtual cookbook and recipe club, where they'll be doing tapas, small plates, and mezes. Saturday, there's Master Gardeners, Hostas, and Gardening for Monarchs. Also on Saturday, there's a kids' virtual cooking class making black bean tacos. On Tuesday, there's Exploring Mixing Primary Colors in Early Years STEM Lab. And then on Wednesday, there's How High Does the Mars Helicopter Fly, as well as Simplify Weekly Meal Planning. Also check out the library's various book clubs, Wild Women of Maryland, Senior Dog Sanctuary Virtual Meet and Greet, Hancock's Resolution Maryland Day 2021, their Great Movies Discussion, Spring Bingo, Pride and Centuries of Prejudice, LGBTQ+ People of the Chesapeake, Introduction to Ring Jousting, the Maryland State Sport, and more. At Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight, they're having another one of their virtual happy hours. Tomorrow, there's a virtual amateur radio night. And then on Monday, they're having a project night. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday is their monthly general meeting. Still online for now. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can also find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Going through a real estate home sale or purchase is a very personal and sometimes stressful experience. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. My team and I are committed to working with people both buying and selling homes in all price points. Whether it's giving you a competitive edge while buying a home or negotiating the best price and terms while selling your home, we always have our clients' best interest at heart. Our goal is to provide exceptional service so that you will recommend us to your friends and family over and over again. Serving people is a passion of mine, and it's what my team does best. That's the Neidhardt difference.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.